Hi there, Delroy from Eastway Electrical here. Today I'm going to go through how I install a Schneider EZ9 20-way fuse board. When I look at it, first of all, it's quite a high-end sort of look. You can imagine if you had it in the hallway with the box flushed in, and just that cover showing, it would look nice. Also, that's the cover, yeah? And it's a magnetic thing, right? Opens up like that. But also you could have it like this, so it opens up like that, yeah? And if you're not familiar with this, you'd probably think, you can't do that, the writing's going to be up the wrong way. But this here is magnetic. You can take this off and put it down the bottom. So that's another feature they've got there, yeah? With this fuse board, I'm going to be fitting SPD as well. I'm going to be fitting SPD main switch and RCBOs. It's not split or anything like that. Okay, cool. If you're using this particular fuse board with the Eastway range of accessories, with the round edges and everything, they all match up nicely. The whole installation would match up nicely with these round edges. Okay. This is quite a big fuse board, so if you were required one to fit under a staircase where you haven't got much room, they've got the compact version of this, just for that sort of situation. Okay, cool. This video is sponsored by Schneider, and in conjunction with our event that's at Canary Wharf on the 14th of November, 6 till 9. So you can get tickets in the description. So hopefully I'll see you there. Right, first I'm going to disconnect this fuse board, but I don't want to lose all the power. I'm going to use it to set up a temporary, okay? Let's get rid of these first. So the event on the 14th is all about that job that I went there first of all to do some fault finding. Then it turned into a EICR. Then it turned into a rewire based on all the things, so many things, connections and faults and stuff like that. It just wasn't worth trying to do repairs. So the family agreed, yeah, let's just rewire it. And oh my days, that was a bit of a task. But I must admit, the family were good because they helped a lot with all the moving stuff and stuff like that. You know, it was quite easy. It worked out all right in the end because of them. They were fine. Yeah, no, I've disconnected that side. I'm just disconnecting this one here. It's a split board, isn't it? This is just ordinary MCBs. These are ordinary MCBs, but they're protected by the RCD. This was all the sockets. And this was a shower, and all the sockets were on this side. Lighting. I think there was a socket on that side. But I'm going to have to kill the whole thing in a minute. You can tell how old the installation is. Look at the green sleeving. That was 80s or 90s. Okay, so at this stage, I'm going to have to switch off the power. Schneider. I've used their accessories, and I've used their fuse boards in industrial situations. I've always liked their accessories and stuff. And you know, there's a company that do bespoke kitchens that I've worked for, and when I was working in their workshop, they were doing a kitchen as a display in their workshop, and they had all Schneider stuff, and I noticed their sockets look really nice actually. I don't know why I'm taking all this off actually. No, I don't need to take this all off. Yeah, I'm just disconnecting the circuits so I can take off the whole fuse board, and then gonna set up a temporary in this fuse board. Alright, so I'm just going to get that out of the way. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's not fitted too well, is it? That's coming off. The whole board's coming off. Oh, I may have a problem here. I've just used the old board as a temporary fuse board. Just got to get it out of the way and set up nicely so that's out of the way. It's safe. I'm trying to get good fixings for this thing. What I have to do is make sure that the raw plug goes into the wall properly. I don't want to use the drill here because you have to make sure it's going nice and tight. Yeah, that's tight. It's going to go like that. I'm going to come in the back, so I'm going to knock out these knockouts and then going to mark it up on the wood and cut the holes, yeah? But what I'm going to show you is, you've got options. You've got knockouts at the top, you've got knockouts here, and you've got knockouts here and knockouts at the bottom, which I think all this is good. It gives you good options, yeah? The only thing I would say, I think what they should do is provide more holes at the bottom. They've only got a few, which that's good enough, but they've give you these options here as well. But me personally, I'd like to have more holes along here, but it's all good, yeah? So what I'm going to do now is knock out these knockouts, mark it up on my board, put the board up, and then start getting this up, yeah? All right, cool. Previously, I marked the circuits so I know what goes with what. Yep, okay, so that's one of the ring circuits here. I'm just going to tape them together. It just makes it easier so I know those are together immediately. I don't have to look for anything, you know? Yeah, I've got all my ends prepared now, so I'm going to put the wood up first. Yeah, that's how it's going to go there, my brethren. That's just to keep it in place. I'll get the proper screws. This I am going to use the drill for. Let me get the drill. I'm going to drill these so it's big enough for the screw to go in and just remove it out a bit so the countersink it so the screw just goes in. It's not sticking out of the wood. These original holes are too big. That's it. See that? See that sticking out there? I don't want that. So what I've got to do, slightly bigger drill. Right, see that? That's what I wanted. So let's do the one at the top. Do you see these screws here? Those are good for screwing into wood, yeah? I'm going to try that one actually. When you use the one that I used here, you could split the wood. That's beautiful. See, I've got two types of screws. These ones, which is too long. These are good to use with wood, I find. And then I've got these ones, which I use in the raw plugs. Sometimes I find when you use this type of screw, in that you can split the wood. So what I've done, I ran this little thin drill through first, so that it will help it screw in easier without splitting the wood. So it's all solid, look, it's not going anywhere. Look at that. So that's all good. So now it's a matter of getting my fuse board up. These are ones I usually use. When you're working in houses, if you're chasing and fitting boxes in, you have to sort of go that little extra to make sure you get a good fixing. Tidy up as you go along, my old Sparky used to say. Yeah, well, now I'm gonna attempt to put this fuse board up. Right, okay, so we've got the fuse board up now. Put my grommet strip around it. It's all good. As you can see, it's a big fuse board, so there's plenty of room for your cables and all that. It's all good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it all up, get the SPD in, and we'll have a word about that, yeah? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to join some of these cables, actually, because not long enough to get over to there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting it prepared now to fit my SPD switch, main switch, MCB for the SPD. So when you're having just the main switch and MCBs are RCBOs, you use this neutral bar here, that neutral bar there. This is the link for the neutral to the main switch. So if I was using RCBOs, that would go like that. My neutral bar would be in there, yeah? That would be my neutral bar. Now, let's put in an SPD in. That goes. And they send you a longer neutral bar. Your SPD switch goes here. That's it. That's it there, yeah? So, In this situation, where you're using a SPD, you put the main switch next to it, there's the neutral for it, and then you put that in. That is a 20 amp MCB, and that brings the supply to the SPD. Where I think with the other manufacturers, their SPD connects straight onto the bus bar. I mean, the thing is, if you come along and you want to change that SPD, you just have to switch that off. You don't have to switch the old power off, so that's good. There's a link between here and here. Earth goes into there, neutral goes into there. They send you these leads. And also, in the pack, you get another set of leads if you're using their compact range. I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to put that back yet. I want to get all my cables ready first. Right, so I've got my neutrals connected, and then now this has to go from here. This link here goes into here. Like I said, the SPD doesn't mount on the bus bar, so you've got a neutral here from the bottom comes into here. Number one, okay? And then you've got a link from this 20 amp MCB to the SPD. And then you've got an earth from the SPD to your earth terminal. Right, okay, so that's it. So that's my SPD setup. So now I can go ahead and fit my buzz bar. See, so the buzz bar comes dog legs, as they call it, behind here into that. But because you're using the SPD, and this is a 21 way, 20 usable ways, to fit it in, I have to cut off 2 of these studs. So that's going to give me 18 usable ways, isn't it? Well, not really, 17, because one's taken up by this MCB, so 17 usable ways. Cool, which is enough for me on this circuit here, I think. Yes, yes. Okay, so let me go and cut this off and then come back, okay? Cool. Cut that off, file it all smooth, look. Run your finger on it to check that there's no sharp edges. That's how it fits there, as they call it, that little dog leg behind the neutral, okay? So I'm not gonna fit it yet because I wanna get my RCBOs in place. Okay, so now I'm gonna have, so this is a 6, 6, 6. Right, that's a 32. Right, with Schneider, they don't do the compact, right? They still have the white earth lead on their thing. Their ones are not as big as the old ones. They're a bit smaller, but they still have this white cable on it, yeah? Because from what I understand, 4 or 5 countries in Europe that allow those compact RCBOs to be fitted at the moment. I don't know if it's going to change. So Schneider still keeps the lead, the earth lead on theirs. Whether it's going to change in the future, I don't know. Goes here. I just want to get them in, and if I can get them neat, then it's all good. If I can't, I'm not worried. The only thing I'm worried about is making sure that I've got nice, tight connections. Right, you've got this now, yeah? These leads. So what I'm going to do, push it behind. So with these things here, these are extra long, yeah? But what I always look at things is, say for instance, for some reason, I can't think of one, I need to move that over to the end. If I, for neatness sake, cut it there, then I'm basically saying it's got to stay there. Or if I move it, I've got to join it. Yeah? So what I usually do is, if for some reason you have to move it, I always leave it long enough so that, you know, it can still get there. I think it's something that I've come across before. And like I say, most of the things I do because I've come across these things before. See, this is what I'm thinking. I can cut a bit off this one because it's right at the end and it's going to be long enough to get there, yeah? If I have to put it up the top, it could still get there. But mind you, if you had to go to the top, you could bring it across here and it would still be long enough. But update. Well, I've got all my circuits connected. Just forgot to get my earth in, which I'm going to do now. Then I'm going to put my buzz bar in, connect at the isolator, and then turn on. Okay? Yeah, all these are going to be tied up nice and neatly, hopefully. Yeah, can get them all neat and push them in the back, okay? I could have done this a bit better. What I've done, I made sure that these were wide open, and I put this up, pulled it to the front. I know that this first one's old in, this one's old in, this end, so these should all be caught up. Nothing should be missing. Take your time and just go through each one, because it's easy to miss one. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and make these a bit neater. Got these little cable ties. All right, so let me just get the shield, put that on. That's it, click. So, ready for the cover? Right, so I'm ready to put the cover on. And one more thing, you notice you've got loads of space for your stickers and your circuit charts. You know, you can put them all on the inside. Right, so they send you, well, they sent 4 blanks with it. I needed a couple of extra ones. Got there. All fitted nicely, that's it. And they've got lots of stickers and stuff for you to, so you can label up the fuse board properly. They've also got this sheet where you can write when you've done the job, when it needs inspecting again. Caution if you've got mixed colours. They've got the 6 monthly testing of the RCBOs and stuff like that. Okay, right, so that's that. So that's what I'm going to put the date of this installation and when it should be. Give it 5 years, yeah. And that's the warning about the mixture of colours, the old and new colours. It's all good. And this is the 6 monthly testing of the RCBOs. Okay. Now that's it. That's your completed fuse board there. It's a nice looking item. And when you open it, you've got all your stickers in there, next inspection date, mixed colours, testing the RCBOs, telling you that the bonding must be connected to the earth. Is your circuit chart. If you've got one of these circuit charts that you get from the wholesalers, that could nicely go up here or there with these put down here, or even the circuit chart you can print off from the EICR when you do your certificate, that's fine. I've made up my own Eastway electrical one and put all the details, and that's going to be in the cover like that. You open it and you see everything, a bit more detail of the circuits. Just one thing, if this SPD was to go faulty or the end of life of it, that indicator turns red. Okay, then it's time for a new one. So with it's time for a new one, you just switch this off, disconnect the cables to it, take it out, put your next one in, reconnect, all nice and lovely. So that's it, job done. Now that's the end of the installation. If you'd like to see exclusive content from this installation, visit the Instagram page. Its information is on the screen now.